You're watching the 2025 SCAC Golf Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the McMurry University men's and women's golf programs. The Warhawks will once again be led as they head into the season. The guides head coach Brody McElreath, along with leadership from senior Cullen Timms on the men's side and sophomore Karen Santosh on the women's side. And Coach Karen, Cullen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Coach, we'll open things up with you heading into your third season as the head coach of these two programs. No stranger to McMurry Golf, being an alum in your own right and an All-American during your time there at McMurry. I'm just interested now heading into year three, just, where have you seen the biggest growth in these programs over these last couple of years, and just how excited to be back here with these groups heading into the start of this spring season here in 2025?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited to be here. It's always nice to have the opportunity to come back and coach and have an impact on young players when you got to walk through in their shoes in the exact same environment in the first place. So it's pretty big blessing to have the opportunity to do that. It's been fun. It's been fun trying to take a program that you weren't sure what you're about to walk into. First college coaching gig, you're walking in, you're not sure exactly what you're looking into, but to have the freshman class that I walked into to now be seniors, the leadership role they take over, taking the young recruits under their wing, or even getting a women's program going with nothing to start with. So it's been a challenge. It's been fun. It's exciting, and the future is looking pretty bright for us.
Cullen, coming into this season, obviously it's a big for you in your senior year, but from a team perspective, what's the energy like with your group heading into this season? What's motivating this team, and what are you just most excited about heading into your senior season from a team perspective this year?
The team energy this year has gotten better every single year. I think this year it's definitely the best I've seen, and the support from all the guys around the team. And the most exciting thing I'm ready for is just to end the season with a bang and see all my growth throughout the years.
Karen, coming into your sophomore campaign last year as a freshman, an outstanding rookie campaign at the college level, 4 top 30 finishes over that first season. I'm interested, just, what did you learn going through the course of that first, collegiate season coming into this sophomore year? How does that help your confidence having gone through that? And what are you looking forward to most just individually coming into your sophomore campaign?
The experience was great. Not only I learned a lot about golf, but I also learned a lot about myself and like my mental side of it. So I think after just that 1 year, I think my mindset has gotten very strong, and I don't know, it's just something that like made me stronger as a player.
Coach, you look at these two rosters and you welcome in a bunch of incoming, first-year talent into both programs. So, I'm interested, how have the leaders sort of set the tone within these two programs? Who are some of your athletes that you'll be leaning on, both on and off the course, to kind of, bring some of those first years into this program? And, what are the strengths that you see of this group? What do you want your fans to know about these two teams coming into the year?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the biggest thing, especially on the men's side, is one of the biggest things I always try to preach is stay true to yourself. This is one of those games where your individuality can't disappear. If you happen to play the game pretty aggressively, then that's the kind of personality you roll with, and that's how we need to perform. And so I think whenever you establish that as kind of the expectation, is making sure that I stay true to myself as I play the game, that only helps the upperclassmen encourage the new guys coming in to make sure that, one, you can identify your strengths from the word go, and that you make sure you play to them the whole time. And so it simply builds the environment, in my opinion, of getting the whole world to buy into encouraging one another, having each other's backs, and knowing that when I look 2 fairways over, that my teammate's grinding just as hard for himself as he is for me. So that team score counts just as much as the individual does. And so that individuality is a big part of it. But it's all a part of the team scheme, that we all are grinding together. We're in the trenches together. We're putting in the work and the time together. And so whenever I feel like you have better success when you feel like you're a part of something, and you're not facing all your battles alone. And the same thing goes on the girls' side. It's the exact same process. And so just like she said earlier, we're trying to make each of them as strong as they possibly can in their own skin. So together we become stronger. And so it's just one of those deals where you expect the upperclassmen to take care of business, to put up a dependable number each week we go out, and then to also take a brand new freshman to come in and take them under your wing and just kind of guide them through whatever struggles they may have early in their career. But big names. Obviously, I'm relying on Karen a bunch to take care of business. Caitlin Neal, also a sophomore, that she's a long bomber and pretty dependable and all those things. And so all the freshmen that are stepping in, you expect them to take on big roles, especially over the last 3 years, trying to rebuild a program to get it where you're going. I expect Cullen Timms to put up a solid number every time we step up. Kendrick Hoster is also a sophomore that kind of made a name for himself early in the fall as a freshman, and now you expect something bigger and better every time they show up. And so obviously we're super freshman heavy on both sides. On the men's side, Tripton Roberts had a great fall to start, and you just expect everything to snowball and get going. So you're hoping for a momentum early, and then you hope it just takes off and let's go to work.
Cullen, when things are going well for you out there on the course and you're feeling confident about your game, what part specifically within your game is really rolling? And having been through the college schedule, been in those pressure moments, what do you find best kind of keeps your focus, keeps you level-headed in those moments, and how can you kind of pass along some of that as a leader to some of these younger players to maybe the pressure isn't as big in those moments for the first time when they see it?
Well, I've always thought of it as it's just a round of golf, no matter what. And if I ever see anyone that's feeling the pressure, I just go up to them and try to tell them that it's okay. Like, it's just golf. You're still hitting another shot. There's really, in my mind, I try to say there's no actual meaning behind it other than hitting a golf ball until it's over with.
And Karen, Coach talks about this big group of incoming first years into this program as this team continues to build. So I'm interested, just how is the chemistry within this group? What are the vibes like with this team right now as this early portion of the spring season has started to unfold? And how important is that chemistry as far as this group coming together in order to really try and go out and accomplish some of those team goals coming into the season?
I think our chemistry is alike. I think we have a bunch of things in common with each other, and we all have the goal of being better and doing better. And I think that's a really good thing to have as a team. So I think that our chemistry is just great.
Hey, Coach, obviously this is an exciting season, not only for the McMurry golf program, but for the SCAC as we welcome in a number of new teams into the fold. Certainly excited about the Warhawks being a part of this league. So I'm interested, just, what are the challenges that these programs will face coming into the new SCAC? These are obviously teams that you're familiar with, having competed in non-conference, tournaments throughout the time, but now, flipping into that conference mindset. What are those challenges, and how are these groups, faced and equipped to handle those challenges going into the year?
Yeah, absolutely. The SCAC has always been a kind of a powerhouse in the golf world. I mean, Southwestern ranked in the top 20, or in the top 20. Trinity's also ranked in the top 20. Like, there's a lot of quality schools and quality players that get it around every time you show up to a tournament. And just like I said earlier, we've competed with them over the last 2 years, just because the region itself is you're always crossing paths with quality golfers. And so I think the biggest thing that I'm trying to preach to our squads is, no matter what number, we're trying to work our way up the ranks. We're trying to have that national notoriety that you're looking for. But if you want that national notoriety, then you have to step up and perform whenever you have somebody on the same tee box as you that has a higher number next to their name. And so we are trying to compete. We are putting in the work to do everything we can to put up a number every single day we go out. But at no point with the group that we have on either side do we shy away, just because we know that every time we step up, we're playing against quality competition. And so that's probably one of the biggest things that I've always tried to instill confidence in everyone, is that the bottom line is you've got to execute. You have to take care of your job, and it doesn't matter who's teed up against you. It's this is the only sport where I'm in control of me. I'm fighting my own battles, and I have to kind of put on blinders, no matter what course we play, what the elements are like, or the conditions, or who we happen to be teeing it up against. So confidence will always be your number one factor when it comes to walking into a quality conference, especially with the big hitters that they have in here. And we're looking to grow and be one of them. So we're looking for that recognition that the SCAC already has. So.
As we wrap up with our two student athletes, when you've had conversations with some of the other teammates and leaders within your programs about some of the goals and expectations coming into this first year in the SCAC, what have those conversations looked like? And ultimately, what do you two see as being key for your groups to go out there and accomplish those things heading into this year?
Well, I believe this team is all about growth and the potential we have, and the fact that it's actually there speaks for itself. It's just when it's going to prevail and show itself in turn.
I think for us, it's very much practice makes perfect, and it's just one of those things that we held each other accountable for. So I think also the chemistry I was talking about earlier, I think, when we have that and alike, I think our job is to just perform and do the best we can.
And finally, Coach, you've talked a little bit about, but what's been the message to these two teams heading into these seasons as you sort of laid the foundation, sort of prepared them mentally, physically to take on the home stretch of this spring season, heading towards the championship portion of the year? What's kind of been your message to these groups to make sure they're ready to go here and set that foundation for the season?
Yeah, the expectations is by far the message. To get out of a van on a Sunday for a practice round and do everything you can to prep to win a golf tournament. The confidence has to be there, but also understanding that what we do is good enough to win golf tournaments. We don't have to be looking for some secret potion that's going to magically just change everything we do, and all of a sudden we have the keys to the kingdom as far as winning tournaments goes. It's one, making sure that every player that plays for me feels like they're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, that everything they do is rock solid and ready to go. And just understanding that when you show up, if your expectation is to win a golf tournament, everything else is going to take care of itself. And so obviously your course management, the strategies and the plans we put together to make that happen, obviously all play a part. But if you don't walk out of a van or walk into the first tee with the confidence that you're going to win in the first place, or at least have the ability to do it, then it's kind of hard to achieve success in any. So big confidence, big belief in ourselves, big belief in what we're doing, and hopefully we get the right bounces in the end. It makes a lot of birdies, so we'll see.
McMurry University head men's and women's golf coach Brody McElreath, along with leadership from senior Cullen Timms on the men's side and sophomore Karen Santosh on the women's side. Coach McElreath and the Warhawks will get back to action this spring when they head to the Shriners Shootout on March 3rd and 4th. Coach, Karen, Cullen, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head forward throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one. Thanks for having us.